Hey survivors, it's Angie Atkinson, and today at queenbeing.com we're going to talk about how a narcissist loves you, what it means when a narcissist says love, and how these two cell phones hold the key. Let's get started. So, hey there, how you doing? I have an interesting thing for you. The thing is that a lot of people who end up with narcissists find themselves going, "You said you loved me. How could you treat me that way when you said you loved me and I believed you? How could you do that?" Well, I'm going to explain that to you in a way that we can understand as empaths today. All right? So here we go. See this cell phone? I got this, I think, 4 years ago. I think it's like from 2012. And when I got it, it was better than my previous phone. It was faster. I want to say this is the first one I had with a front facing camera, but I could be wrong on that. And it was, you know, this is a Motorola Droid. Okay. And I think it's like the second or third generation. I don't know. Anyway, it's from 4 years ago. So it was probably my second or third smartphone ever. And like I said, it just had, when I got it, it was great because look, listen, it made this great contribution to my life. I mean, to the point where when, it was working at its best, I really loved it for all the things it could do for me. It kind of opened up a whole new world for me as opposed to phones from before, right? Okay. Yeah, totally. And so that's kind of what narcissistic love is like, the way you love your cell phone. Okay. So this is my old cell phone. Well, you know, now if I show you my pretty new cell phone, my shiny new, well, not new, but newish, what is this? This is a Samsung S7 Galaxy, okay? And it's in this beautiful crystal case, and I love it so much. But you know what? In another year, I'm sure that this thing will be going slow and not doing what I want it to do, and I'll find something better, something newer, something prettier, and I'll move on to it, right? Well, the way that we love our phones and our gadgets and things, this is the same way that a narcissist loves a person. Do you understand? So it's like when you truly love a real, a person or a pet, or even, any living being. Okay, when you truly love someone, sure, you can get really angry at them, and sure, despite the anger, you still feel love for them, right? Well, that's what is called healthy love, and oftentimes unconditional love. I mean, if you think about your children, if you have any, or if you think about your pets, if you have any, or you think about even a healthy relative or friend relationship, you know, even if you do get really upset with someone, you don't necessarily just chuck them, right? Well, that kind of love is the kind of love that narcissists, they're just not really that familiar with. They have not experienced they have not understood what unconditional love is like for a number of reasons. Even if they have it from a parent, unconditional love requires more than an awareness of a person's appearance or basic self, right? For a narcissist, it would be like kind of like asking you, a narcissist sees you as, again, more of an object, more of a tool, more of a toy, whatever, than a person. And so when they look at these two phones, this new pretty one and this ugly old one, this slow one and this fast one, you know, they won't think back to the memory of how awesome this phone was when they got it. And they certainly would never be loyal to this phone, just like nobody would. But if this phone were a person, the narcissist would act the same way. Now, if this phone were a person, for me, this phone here wouldn't exist. You feel me? So the difference is that no matter how old and boring you get, no matter how routine things become, no matter how unexciting life can be, healthy people will work through it together and they don't have to abuse each other to get through that. I mean, every relationship has ups and downs. But with a narcissist and with a narcissist love, because they don't connect on that deeper level, because they do instantly pull away from you if you give them just the tiniest bit of sarcasm, or not sarcasm, criticism, or or you disagree with their point of view, or you side with someone else against them, or any of that stuff. Do any of those things, and instantly they're out. They're moving right along. They're like, oh, let's get divorced. Oh, let's break up because of something stupid and small. And and what happens is, so they can't connect to other people, but you got to be like, well, what's wrong with them? Why can't they connect, right? Well, it's because they're not connected to themselves on that deeper level. They really, I think, because of a combination of like really bad trauma that has happened in their lives, and their own like collection of beliefs that have come together based on those traumas or those difficult times in their lives, or those things that didn't ring true for them for whatever reason. So here's the deal: unconditional love requires you to really look beyond the surface and to really look beyond behavior, believe it or not. It is the kind of love that would connect you to a person, I want to say from your soul or from your core. You could say that it's something that goes beyond appearances. You could say that if you were to be horribly marred in some accident, that person would still love you. You would say if you were to gain 1,000,000 pounds, that's an exaggeration, 100 pounds, 500 pounds, that person would still love you. It's to say that if you were to go bald, the person would still love you. It goes beyond appearances. Obviously, that doesn't mean there are no limits to what you tolerate. Of course, you might come to this point where the relationship just isn't working. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, you know, you, you might continue to love that person despite their behavior. And that's why letting go is really hard for us, okay? Because the fact is, you know, behavior and circumstances are obviously part of what puts the loving connection between us in the first place, right? But with narcissistic love, it's a lot more superficial because, you know, just like we love, these phones, this one anyway, we love them only as long as they do what we think they're supposed to do. You understand what I mean? So like, it's the same thing as if when you buy a car, you love that car, but as soon as that car stops doing what it's supposed to do, you're like, this stupid car, I hate this car, right? Same deal. That is exactly how a narcissist feels love, exactly how you love a new car or a new phone. Because literally, when the narcissist decides what you're supposed to do, when you don't fulfill those expectations, they go, that stupid person, I don't like that person anymore. Just like we go, that stupid car, that stupid phone, whatever, I don't like that thing anymore. We don't do that with other humans or with our pets. We do that with objects because that's how objects don't have feelings or thoughts or opinions, and so people and pets and living creatures, they do have feelings, thoughts, and opinions, especially people, and narcissists will treat them as though they don't, as though their thoughts and their feelings aren't important, as though they're invisible, as though they don't deserve to be respected and loved, even if they're broken. You understand? Even if they're not doing what you think they're supposed to do or the narcissist thinks they're supposed to do. So that's it, my friend. I'm going to tell you something. I love this phone right here. This new phone is so pretty and I think the color is called champagne. So pretty. And I really love this shiny case. Look how sparkly it is. It has a real Austrian crystal in it. I splurged. It was like $80, but I had a $25 25% discount, so I think I only paid $50, which is the same price as an OtterBox, so I felt like it was worth it, right? But anyway, I'm off topic. This is not an advertisement. I'm not even telling you the name brands there, like I guess I did on the phone. But anyway, my point is this. None of that is any sort of an endorsement of any product. Let me just clarify that. But my point is this. I love this phone because it's pretty, because it functions pretty much the way I want it to, and because it's probably one of the newer models on the market at the moment, and I've had it for a few months. But what will happen is that in a couple years or a year or 6 months, let's be honest, something new will come along and I'll start to think less of this phone. And as I hear more and more people thinking, oh, I love this new thing I have, I'll think, maybe I need that new thing. This phone is getting a little slow. It really is kind of already because I do a lot of videos on my phone. The point is that a narcissist, if I am the subject of a narcissist love, initially the narcissist will love me just as much as I love this phone, just as much as I loved this phone when I got it. And eventually he will discard me just like I discarded this phone when I got a new one. You feel me? It's that simple. It sucks, but but it's that simple. So know that you're worth more than that. Know that you don't deserve that. Know that when someone says to you, I love you, you deserve to have it mean more than you're so pretty and shiny and do all the things I want. You understand? All right, I'm closing up for now. I've got a very busy day today. I'm very lucky and blessed. So have a wonderful week end coming up. As you go into the weekend, keep your wits about you, keep your strength. I know weekends suck and weekends can be really hard. So keep your head on straight. Stay strong. If you need support, join SPAN. It's at queenbeing.com/SPAN. Learn more about narcissistic abuse, narcissistic abuse recovery, and all that stuff at queenbeing.com. Queenbeing.com. That's almost everything there is. I mean, I think everything there is free. All this will be in the description below. All these links. You can also visit booksangiewrote.com to check out my books, and you can visit. Narcissistic narcissistic abuse recovery.online to make an appointment with me, and narcissismsupportcoach.com to pick up my free 5-day email course. All right, I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend, guys. As always, thanks for letting me be a part of your day and a part of your life.